What is going on, guys, and welcome to Bootstrap tutorial. And in this video we're going to create a collapse accordion. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a class, and the class is going to be a panel group like this. And the next thing what we want to do is actually create a actual panel, right? So here I'm just going to say that this is going to be a div, and it's going to have a class, and the class is going to be panel over here, and it's going to be panel default, right? Or let's just make it panel danger, a little bit more interesting. So I have panel danger, and now I would have to create a heading over here. So it would say class, and it's going to be a panel heading, and within that heading we will obviously going to create a over here a title, right? So again, I go over here and I would create a panel. I'm just going to do the h2. So this is going to have a class, and the class is going to have a panel. And you can see that I made a mistake over here. This is not pane, it's panel, and it's going to be panel title. So this is going to be my class, and over here I would have to create a link, and the link over here would be href like this. And obviously I already know what's going to be my ID, so I'm going to say that this is going to be going to the first like this. And over here what I would need to do is obviously create a data toggle attribute. So over here like this, and over here I have collapse. So this is going to be my link that's actually serving as a title, and over here I'm going to say this is going to be title first, right? And obviously now that we have done with this, we would have to actually create a div over here that would actually show the collapsing, right? So over here I would have to create a div with a class, and this is going to be panel collapse. Over here like this, collapse, and the next thing is going to be collapse. And over here we're going to create a ID that would match this first, right? So I'm going to say that this is going to be a ID first, and over here within this div we're going to place a paragraph of my text about T. So what I have over here, I'm just going to copy this, and I'm going to paste it over here. And I'm not going to say that this is a table body. I'm just going to say, we can do that. We can make this div as a table body, but I'm just going to have it as a paragraph, right? But it would work the same way, obviously, if it would be a table body. So we already knew these steps so far, right? And let me check where we have our heading over here. And actually, this is a little bit wrong because we needed to cut this out and actually leave this div only within a actual panel, right? So where's my panel? Panel's over here, and my div is here. Now what I'm going to do is actually add a couple of more panels like this exactly. So I would need to do over here, I would just take this panel over here like this, and I would just copy this, paste it over here, paste it over here. And obviously I'm just going to change this around a little bit. I'm going to say that this is going to be title second over here, and this is also going to be a second, right, for the accordion. And this is going to be a third, title third, and this is going to be third, right? So pretty easy. But what we're doing with accordion is pretty much we're making sure that once we open this one, let's say this one closes right away, right? So over here, and now you can see that somehow I have them the same data, that it's not working. It's only working over here because we haven't changed the href. So this one would be second, and this one over here would be third. So now it should work. So now you can see that all of them are opening, but what I want to do is actually create a system where basically as I'm opening one, the other one would be closing right away, right? Not all of them opening. So what we would need to do over here, where we have this panel group and where we have a class, we would need to create an ID, and the ID would be accordion. So it would be like this, accordion, And over here now, when we're going to our actual panels, we would need to add another attribute, and that would be data parent over here like this. And what we would say over here, this is going to be accordion. So we would need to place accordion, and we would need to add this data parent over here. We would need to add to all of our hrefs, obviously the ones that we have. So far we have 3. So I'm just going to copy this, and I'm going to create more space over here, paste it here, and one more time over here. So this should have it. Now we have all 3 of them. And let's check it out why it's saying that there's some kind of mistake. Probably because there's not a space over here. So we would need to add the space. Now we have all the spaces. And the last thing that I would want to do is actually over here, you can see the table collapse. In one of them, we can just add that by default, it's open, right? So this is going to be this one, right? So I'm just going to do it like this, and now you can see what's happening. So this is right away going, by default, it's going to be open, right? However, if we click it over here, you can see that this one is closing and this one is opening. So it's pretty neat, and it actually doesn't take that much work, right? Once we set up all the panels, it's really, we're adding one ID on the top, and we're just adding a actual data parent element, right? So this is going to be it for this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.